Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Cable, issue number 7. I decided to give all of the X titles another shot after the Ten of Swords thing, just because I want to see if maybe we could just put that stuff in the past and move on. Um, the first couple pages made me want to be like, nope, obviously I bought this book for no reason. Uh, in this particular case, it was only a couple pages. It was whatever. It was like something happened that I don't care about, and let's just move on from there. And the book did. The book was like, all right, Bill, no problem. That stuff is there if you ever come back to it, but for now, we're just going to move on. I'm like, wow, that was very nice of you, book. Shall we continue? And yes, we shall. Let's talk about who made this comic book. So this issue is issue 7, Gritty Days in the City of Brotherly Love. That's Philadelphia, peeps. Jerry Dugan is the writer, Phil Noto on art. VC's Joe Sabino does the letters, and Tom Mueller on design. Cover art, Phil Noto. Head of X, Jonathan Hickman. The book we're going to read now. So we get Rachel Gray immediately teaming up with her brother, Cable, and they Babel. It's a little Babel. And they go through the Krakoan gate and end up in the Krakoan mutant only gate in Philadelphia. And then there's two cops there just waiting for them. And they're very vanilla. And they're talking, all four of them. And who are you? And why'd you bring this person? And oh, I'm actually this person. And, let's get along. And, we've got like 25 years or 50 years of experience between us. And, I don't know what you're going to be able to help to this. And, oh, yeah, well, let's just see what I can do. And, oh, look, I'm going to shove these images in your eyes. And, oh, no, how do we make a police report on this? I don't know. Hey, you guys stay here. Hey, wait, where'd everybody go? Oh, no. And everybody runs. And the story was weird. And in all reality, none of it should have worked. And yet somehow I'm reading the story, I'm actually having a little fun reading it. I have to take it in stride. One of the biggest problems that I had, you might notice I'm trying to smile throughout all of this without it being a creepy smile, but the biggest problem that I had with this comic book, believe it or not, was actually the art. I know, Professor, you better say something mean about Mr. Phil Noto. No, but I am going to have to talk about his art. Look, my man, when Rachel's face doesn't change the entire damn time, when there are pages where people are just tucking and everybody on the panel looks the exact freaking same, I mean, like the same facial expressions and everything, just everything is just, blip, 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 blip. Let's just all look alike with each other. And is there any are there any differences in this comic book? Like, does everybody look at this chick? She's got the same stupid yelling face every time that we see her, and this guy's got the same face too. Like the mouth, it's all the same. No matter what, it's all the same. It's carbon copy. It's like he's done clip art. It's like Phil Noto did clip art of his mouths and said, "Well, you know what? Let's use this mouth and put it here." It's like, dude, could you could you switch it up a little bit? Look, I love that the guy does literally all of the art in here. I love the idea that this guy, he's got a great way of using the color palette in really impressive ways. But I mean, first time that I remember hearing anything about him is in Daredevil under Charles Soule, and it was incredible because it was a different style and it worked very well with Noto's writing. With Dugan doing this, he's telling a very fun story where Strife could show up and Babel is like, I feel like I need to handle this personally, although I do have an idea of how to change my look, and who didn't see that coming, right? But it's not a book about, like, you could feel that this is a book that's not only meant for a younger audience, since the protagonist is in and of himself a very experienced teenager who's been shown multiple times in not being nearly as smart as he acts. You know what I'm saying? And he doesn't really have any. It's like wisdom, or it's like having a good memory but no wisdom to use it to benefit you in any major way, any quantifiable way. So it's a very interesting story. It's a very interesting outlook on a character who killed a character who we all really liked a lot, but he didn't actually kill him, right? And now the future apocalypse changed version of that character is a big deal here. Seems a little coincidental. I don't really care. Um, I just want to see how this gets pulled out. I want to see how this actually happens. But as far as the art, I'm not going to say that the art is easy because I don't think it's easy to do what Phil Noto does. But what I will say is I believe that it's easy for him, and that's troubling. If something just feels like a weekend side job hobby thing to you, and I'm not here to tell you, well, do you know how long it takes me to do a single panel? I don't know. I also don't care. It's not my job to know this. But I'll say this. If you're going to do a story where I feel like this is easy for you, then I don't really feel challenged. You understand what I'm saying? Who wants to watch a game show with somebody killing it and then in the middle of it he just starts yawning, right? That you tend to lose your excitement. I mean, unless the guy is very charismatic in nature, you're going to be like, this guy's not into it. Maybe he's going to be really charismatic and I'll be like, oh my God, this guy, this is easy for this guy. Whoa, what is this guy? But if you're not charismatic, if you're just a boring person in general, I mean, and everything looks the same. And that's the way I'm kind of liking it with this art. Noto has the ability to do better. I've seen it, for the love of God. And this just feels like it's a walk in the park for him. And it shouldn't be. And at some point, I feel like, especially if the only thing that I know you from is Daredevil, I don't know what anybody else knows you from. But I mean, if you want to stick around in the business, if you want to do something amazing, if you want to really impress, instead of just get a paycheck, sometimes you need to challenge yourself. Sometimes you need to try and do something completely different. Not even completely, just something a little bit different. This almost feels like, I'm not going to say genius by the numbers, but I'm also not going to say painting by the numbers. You know what I'm saying? It's somewhere in between. The guy knows what he's doing. The guy's incredible at doing it. But you're never going to get any better. And we're going to get bored quickly if all of your stuff just looks the same. So, that's my 2 cents on that. I was surprised at how much I actually liked this story. After I just made fun of it in the beginning, I'm still like, dude, I'm really into this story at this point. I wouldn't say really into, that's maybe a stretch too far, but I am into this story. I am interested in seeing what happens next. I wish that the art at the end, it didn't look like Domino was trying to hanker on this kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you gonna like reach under the table and give him a little hand job or something? Like, what are you doing? Like, what exactly am I seeing here? What is that face that you're doing? You know what? I'm gonna show you the face. Honestly, go away if you didn't see this yet. But honestly, here you go. With which she says also, "Oh, Nate, of course it's gonna be weird, us working together. When has that ever stopped us?" She's looking at this teenage boy like she's about to have intercourse with him, a youngster, an underage boy, like she wants to have premarital coitus with him. Listen, I'm being dead serious. Like, this looks creepy as hell. This makes her look like that, freaky teacher. There's something wrong with this image, okay? Noto needs to get his act together because this just looks lazy. He's really good at it, but you need to challenge yourself. This is just on replay at this point. Guys, like the video, watch an ad, and let me know what you think about, well, the whole story in and of itself, but I'm also curious what you think about the art. I want everybody, if possible, actually make a comment on the art. Not just, I liked it, I didn't like it, because whatever, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, actually, seriously, what did the art do for you? All right? Let's all review this. Talk to you guys later. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.